Hi, my name is Michelle Lawrence, and I live in Manchester, New Hampshire. I have two brothers, two sisters. I am the oldest, and we have two amazing parents. I am diagnosed and experience chronic T-cell lymphocyte leukemia, also known as LGL. This type of leukemia is not curable and does not go into remission. The only thing or only option I have is to go through rounds of chemo to prevent the leukemia from moving to the next stage. Of course, this is not exactly a lot of fun and does require a lot of monitoring from doctors to ensure that my blood levels are okay and that I am moving or at least remaining stable. I am making this video because I want people to realize that I am just not another number. I'm not another statistic. I am a person who has a life. I also experience what I call a silent disability. I look like everybody else, so people would not know that I have leukemia, and they do not know that I experience and suffer from many debilitating symptoms. I often do not discuss the symptoms I experience or complain because I do not want to be defined by my leukemia. Leukemia is something who I have, it is not who I am, and I am very strong in that. I, however, do experience chronic pain, which is exhausting, and I know there are many others out there who experience the same symptom. I also experience chronic fatigue. I could lay down at any time of the day and easily take a nap. I go to bed very early and like to sleep in as late as possible. This, of course, can make things very difficult. I have missed some family functions, have shown up late, missed dates with friends because I've sat down and fallen asleep. I was married, and my ex-husband had filed divorce while we were going through a rough patch. He had told me after we had decided to go through couples counseling and to remain a couple that he had stopped the divorce proceedings. In reality, he did not just stop the proceedings. The proceedings continued, and he intercepted the mail, so I had no idea that there were even any hearings occurring. Because I did not show up to those hearings, the judge granted what he wanted, and the divorce decree was finalized. My name and signature is not on any piece of this divorce decree or any type of paperwork. It does frustrate me that a judge would think it would be okay to move along with such a life-changing event without me even being there. No one questioned it. No one thought, I wonder why she isn't here. Maybe we need to try to reach out to her better. That did not happen. And because that did not happen, I was unable to ask for anything on my own behalf. I would have asked to remain on his health insurance because it is so much better than what I am receiving now. I would have asked for him to help pay my school loans because we took them out on our income, not just my income. And I would have also asked for alimony. The reason and how I found out that we were divorced is that he got a new job and I was trying to enroll and be part of his new health insurance plan. The HR department kept denying my application, so I called the insurance commissioner's office to ask if they could look into this for me. I thought that they were denying me because I had a previous condition. I called my husband while I was at work and told him that I had made the phone call and that they would be contacting HR. He then divulged to me that we are divorced according to the courts, hung up the phone, and then did not answer any of my phone calls back, my text messages, or pages. Actually, it was 2 days after he had said that I had actually spoken with him. I called my mom and my best friend. We all met at my apartment at the time, and we decided to go down to the courthouse and ask for a copy of the divorce decree, and lo and behold, there it was. I was crushed, and still thinking about it, it hurts a lot, and it's been very hard to trust. Someone who I thought who loved me was my partner and friend had totally stabbed me in the back. He claimed that he went through with the divorce proceedings and that it happened by accident. How you divorce anyone accidentally is beyond me, and I have yet to figure that out. And his signature is on the divorce decree, which does not happen accidentally. So for years we've been living technically as divorced, but we were living together and I thought we were married. When I was diagnosed with LGL, we decided that we needed a plan. And we knew that for me to work a full-time job would be very difficult and taxing, and so that the best next step would be for me to get my bachelor's and master's degree so that I would be able to teach online college courses so that I could still bring income into the household, but I would have the flexibility of this type of schedule, and I would have the flexibility of how much workload I took on. After I found out we had been divorced, I did move out. And at that time, while I moved out, I was also let go of my job, my current part-time job. My family helped me move into an apartment. My brother had a two-family and he let me move in upstairs. My parents helped me out very much, along with many other family members, emotionally and financially, until I could get a job. I got a job and I am a case manager for people with developmental disabilities and traumatic brain injuries. This job means a lot to me because I am a person with a disability, and I know what it's like to be on both sides. The reason why I am asking for assistance is not just because of the money, but because of the principle behind the situation. I was able to pay Sallie Mae for 2 consecutive years because I had served as an AmeriCorps member for 2 years. And when you serve as an AmeriCorps member, you are granted grant money to pay towards current student loans or enabled you to take out student loans in the future. After those funds were exhausted, I had to put my loans on hold. So I was not making any payments, and they are collecting interest as we speak. This is very frustrating because I know they are sitting there and they are collecting interest, but in reality, there is not too much that I can do about it. Sallie Mae gave me 3 options. I could die and my loans would be forgiven. 2, I could go on to disability and work part-time. Or I could choose to make a payment based on my income before taxes. Well, obviously I did not die. And 2, I work with people with disabilities, and I know how Social Security, disability, and Medicaid works. You can get as much money as you want for Social Security disability, but in order to receive Medicaid, which is health insurance, you have to pay a cost of care, which your cost of care is based on your income. So on average, people who live on Social Security disability receive about $751 a month. And that's after paying their cost of care so that they can have access to Medicaid health insurance. And this forces people into poverty because when someone is on Social Security disability, they are also able to receive food stamps, fuel assistance, electric assistance, emergency cell phones, Goodwill vouchers to buy clothing or furniture or other needs, access to food pantries, and a whole list of other programs that I will not get into right now. And a payment based on my income before taxes is a great idea and would work for a lot of people, but unfortunately does not work for me. After taxes, I think, is a more reasonable approach. And second of all, I have a lot more expenses than a typical person. I receive a lot of medical care, and because my leukemia is rare, maintaining my medical insurance and maintaining my appointments with my doctors to monitor my leukemia is important. Unfortunately, most of the doctors that I see are considered specialists, which means a $50 copay. That might not seem like a lot to people, but after a while, they add up. I am also on several medications, and I pay copays to receive those as well. And once again, after a while, those add up. There's also been times where I've missed so much work that my pay has unfortunately had to be docked because I had run out of earned time. I'm not living the life of the rich and famous. I'm sharing an apartment with my sister, who I love dearly. I drive a much older car. I'm not going out or going on expensive vacations, but that's okay. Because one thing I have learned is what is important in life. I'm not asking for you to be sad for me. I am not asking for a pity party. I am not asking for you to say, whoa, poor Michelle, that really sucks. Yes, it does suck, but leukemia has been a blessing in a lot of ways. I learned quickly who was my true friends and who were not. I lost a lot of friends after I was diagnosed because they were unable to handle the feelings associated with having a loved one with a terminal illness. I don't begrudge them, and I am not mad at them, and I understand they did what they did to protect their own emotional well-being. I have also learned, and am still trying to practice, is to really worry about things that are truly important and not sweat the small stuff. To let go of anger, to let go of things that are holding you back, and to try to move forward in any way that you can. Leukemia has also been a blessing because the little things in life I took advantage for. I used to hop out of bed, jump in the shower, I'd be out the door, and I'd drive around, and I would explore, and I would go out with this person and that person. If I needed to run to the store for just one or two items, I would do it without even thinking. Unfortunately, with LGL, there are some symptoms that I experience, that I try not to complain about and try not to focus on. But one of them is fatigue. I could lay down at any time during the day and take a nap very easily. I have slept through many dates with friends, family functions. I've shown up late. I've even been late to work a couple of times because sometimes just getting out of bed and into the shower and out the door is a huge challenge. And a lot of people have a hard time understanding that. I am also anemic, which also makes you fatigued as well and feel weak in general. I also experience chronic muscle and bone pain. I do not take painkillers during the day because I want to be as functional and productive as possible. But when you are in chronic pain, it is exhausting. Once again, I'm not just saying this to complain. I'm trying to give you a better picture of what I experience and to give you an idea of some of the things that others like me go through. I have what I call a silent disability. Looking at me, you would not know that I'm disabled. I look just like everybody else. But there's so much more to me than that. And I am not just like everybody else. I am sharing this story because I want not just my voice to be heard, but others as well. I am trying to pass my story along so people understand that sometimes the rules and regulations you have set up just don't work, and that they are not as user-friendly as you would think. And I have contacted all of my elected officials in New Hampshire. I have contacted almost every nonprofit cancer organization. I have also contacted investigative reporters and major TV personalities to try to get my story out, but it has not gotten too far. But I'm not giving up, and nor should you. So please, I ask, even if you take just a couple of minutes, share my story, pass it along. Someone will hear me, and someone will be able to help make change. I thank you for your time, and I want to say I love all my family and friends so much, and that what you guys do for me, I do not take lightly, and it means a lot, and I love you all. Thank you.